home when the pandemic began. Well, now you may be feeling the pain from it. Chiropractor Devin Shea joining us now with tips to make your workspace more comfortable. Good morning.
Good morning.
I think I was like bent over yesterday in so much pain from my back, my knees down to my foot, and I said, what is going on with me?
Yeah. We've seen a significant spike in neck pain, upper back pain, stiffness, even more advanced symptoms like headaches and migraines. Radiating arm pain has now become very common, especially in the last 2 to 3 months since we've been working from home.
Is this just because we're at home and we're sitting and we're not moving as much?
Yeah, when adults are doing the majority of their workday and children are doing the majority of their online school days at the kitchen table or the kitchen countertop or on the couch or maybe even on the bed with the pillows propped up behind the head, looking down at their phones or the iPads, that puts a tremendous amount of stress on the spine and also on what lives inside the spine, which is our spinal cord. So as you guys know, the way that your body works, the brain controls everything, and it does that by sending energy down the spinal cord. The spinal cord uses that energy to move out across the nerves, and then that energy gets into all of our glands, organs, tissues, muscles. Everybody needs that energy to keep us alive and healthy. Now, when we're in poor postural positions, we can't get that energy through that system, and accordingly, we see a rise in all these symptoms that we've discussed. But also, we've also noticed that there's been an overall health negative impact since we've started this, postural challenge.
Some of it has to do even with the chair that we sit in. I noticed that there was a chair I sat in for many, many years, and my goodness, the amount of pain that I felt in my lower back. A chair makes a difference.
Yeah, certainly. The tough part is if we're going to be working from home, we've got to get really creative because what we do matters. And so you can see I've got my little desk set up here to try to give you guys an idea. If we do not stay in an upright place, this forward flex position causes stress on the spinal joints, leading to referred pain, like sometimes you're mentioning in your lower back. But it also it puts stress on that spinal cord and shuts down that energy. So what I've done here is I've used things like a box or maybe some old manuals and so forth to really be able to prop up, a laptop to be able to get it into a height that's appropriate for our body position. Otherwise, we're just taking our bodies and moving it into the device versus what we should do is we want to take our environment and bring it to us, which is going to help us to stay safe and eliminate our symptoms.
Well, that's going to be problematic for me working on the desk. I have to sit here like this with this computer to do this.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. The laptop is the nemesis. If there's some things that we could do, putting monitors up onto the wall and then having a keyboard in front of us is a really great way. These are all just suggestions on how to really try to maintain upright postures.
What about, they're trying to bring me boxes already to sit.
Oh yeah, there you go, that's good.
On my computer. I also notice a big difference, and I'm sure our friends at home watching right now would notice the same. When you get up and you even work standing up, I've seen those desks that go up and down, and just being able to stand and shift your weight compared to sitting. What would be if you had to split it up in the days? You want to be sitting more versus standing more?
Sure. The standing position is ultimately the best position for our spines and our spinal joints. So the more that you can stand, the better. In the beginning, this may be challenging because the standing position is an active position, but ultimately we want to get to somewhere between 60 to 80% of our day in the standing position. You will fatigue and accordingly need to sit every once in a while, and that's fine. But in the beginning, it's going to be a really important transition to get out of the seated mode, out of these forward positions, and into this upright, nice place.
What about those balls? I see people sitting on those balls.
Yeah, the exercise balls are great. Again, just like the standing position is active, the seated position should be active as well. With, again, our core strength engaged. We don't want to have too much of a forward lean going on or laying back. So the ball forces us to have our feet flat on the floor at about shoulder width, our abdominal wall engaged, our head in a neutral position, shoulder blades back and down. And it's a really great way to make it so that, again, we're going to be in a better position for our overall spine.
Okay. I'm listening to every single tip you have.
Yeah, nice. I love it. Great work.
Do you think I could do the show like this? I mean, like, seriously, because I already feel like a difference, and I can just, oh, you're right. You're right.
Yes. You know, the thing that we see most commonly is energy. When people have forward flex positions, they fatigue so much faster because their body is working so hard in order to be able to keep them upright. But as soon as we put them in a neutral position, upright, either in the seated posture appropriately or in the standing position, they just have more energy, more zeal, more zest for life, which is ultimately what we want to see happen. So for employers, they want to see that for their employees at home. So making these recommendations can be really powerful right now.
I'm like not even joking. I feel like a complete shift in my energy right now. Like I could do this show for another 6 hours. Who's down? This is awesome. No, I won't give you any ideas. Thank you. This is great. This made me change everything in my brain and the way I'm going to even sit at home. I may not be able to do it here, but I'll switch it around. For more tips from Dr. Shea, head to fox5sandiego.com. Click the seat on tab. What if I can just, that's not going to work. Not going to work. It's all good. Coming up, how a community came together to surprise a